I wish Rhaenyra had screwed Daemon too. Rhaenyra's giving her cousin the evil eye. That's my man. Their chemistry is insane. Why not? I didn't clock this until just now. Oh my god, this has to be the messiest wedding. Viserys is about to die. Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you could, please give it a like before exiting. Today we'll be watching the 5th episode of House of the Dragon. Okay, so last episode, Daemon came triumphant and then he got kicked out drunk, and rightfully so. Viserys was on his game last episode and he rightfully kicked Daemon out for whatever he thought this plan was, which I just really think his plan was to piss Viserys off. I think whatever happened in that brothel gave him the idea to marry Rhaenyra, or maybe he recognized some feelings he had for her. I don't know, but I don't think marrying her was his initial plan, because that was a stupid way to go about it. Because why not stay close to Viserys, since he clearly is happy to have you back? Rhaenyra is clearly sweet on him and he recognizes that. Like, why not keep that going and get her hand that way? But instead he went the worst way possible. But then again, that just could be Daemon's nature at work, so you never know. But while she did not lose her V card to Daemon, she does lose it to Criston Cole. So Rhaenyra is no longer a maiden and Criston Cole put down the white cloak to get some. So Rhaenyra and Criston are like flying high, and Daemon and Otto, yes, Otto. Thank God Otto got fired. Viserys was just on it last episode, and he clocks that Alicent was a distraction. Granted, I think Rhaenyra had to like steer him to see, because he was still like defending Otto. And I think once, I would imagine there was like a moment after his conversation with Rhaenyra where Viserys sits and he really thinks about everything. His father, like he clearly does. He says it as much. Like he goes back to how he meets Otto and how Otto becomes his hand and all of that. And he's like, you know what? I see Alicent for what she was. She was a distraction. And I like that he doesn't, well, at least I hope, because he doesn't make it seem like it's Alicent's fault in that moment. Like he does say, like, she helped me through the worst of my grief over losing Aemma. But hopefully he doesn't like take her father's actions out on her, or like treats her, I mean, granted, I don't think he treated her well. It's hard to say. Like, yes, he laughed in his face and that was rude. But at the same time, I feel like him laughing in her face is the same reason why he doesn't clock why Rhaenyra would have a problem with you marrying her best friend. Like, it all goes hand in hand. There's just certain things that just goes over his head. And what was interesting, I rewatched that episode twice because I feel like there were a lot of characters made choices that were a bit like, I have to rewatch to really understand like Daemon's plan, Alicent's reasoning behind like what could have motivated her to go and confront Rhaenyra. Like, I like to understand why a character's doing what they're doing. I think that's just in my nature because I overthink everything. But I clocked something that I didn't clock the first 2 times I watched the episode. On my third watch, it was when Otto tells Viserys about Rhaenyra and Daemon. He says he like delineates Rhaenyra as his blood and Aegon as Otto's blood. And I thought that was a very interesting choice that Viserys made. And I feel like it just reveals so much, because I feel if he viewed Aegon truly as a child that he sees as his own, or like recognizes on the same level as Rhaenyra, he would have probably said, you're pitting my children against each other for this throne. Like, yes, you said marry them in the previous episode, but he does that with everything Otto does is with the intention of putting Aegon on that throne. And he instead of saying like, you're trying to pit my children against each other, he's like, you want to destroy my blood in favor of your blood. And I'm like, they're both your blood, Viserys. like you know, you can draw that line between, you are their father, you can draw that line between Otto and your kids and just, you know, bond them together. But he makes a line and says Rhaenyra is his blood and Aegon is Otto's. Not to say that he denounces Aegon as his blood, but he just doesn't claim him in the same way that he claimed Rhaenyra in that moment. I just thought that was an interesting, like, the way they worded it, like the way the writers went about Viserys calling Otto out on what he was trying to do with Aegon being put on the throne. I found that very interesting. That was an interesting choice. Instead of saying you're pitting my children against each other, you're like, you're trying to put your blood on the throne. I just thought that was an interesting, like, point. Let's get into the, wait. Yeah, it's the 5th episode. So let's start that one.
Tomorrow, Lady Rhea.
Cousin?
Rhea
What's
Rice.
today's quarry?
Oh, no, that
Rabbit?
ain't good.
Dear. I'd rather ride alone.
The horsing accident. Oh my god. Oh my god, no.
What brings you to the Vale?
Oh no. I don't see this going well. Oh my god. What is he about to do?
What will you do now?
Oh my god.
Will you strike the child down, or...
What? The horse? Is the horse okay? Please don't be lame. Okay, it seemed like he got up. I'm more concerned about the horse than I am her. That's how I feel about these shows. The disrespect. I guess he's like, well, if you said the reason I can't marry Rhaenyra is because of her,
I knew you couldn't finish.
you can't come? So did he try to consummate it and he couldn't? Oh shit. Damn, that was a cut. Oh, his bags are packed.
A moment. I do not wish to see them.
And yet you made it possible. You chose Rhaenyra.
An honest mistake, perhaps, but I did not foresee this.
What?
If you had not been so relentless in advancing Aegon as heir.
Thank you. It's your fault. Exactly. I'm like, are you really about to
Listen
blame
me,
her?
daughter. The king will die. And if Rhaenyra succeeds, in war will follow.
Yeah,
Rome
because
will
you'll
not
make it
accept
happen.
her. And to secure her claim, she'll have to put your children to the sword. She'll have no choice.
Oh my god. What the hell is wrong with this man?
Either you prepare Aegon to rule, or you cleave to Rhaenyra and pray for her mercy.
Him for doing this to her. One has a... What? Oh my god. You got yourself fired. Not her. And why are you making it... Like, you're getting it in her head that Rhaenyra is gonna kill her kids, when the show has done nothing to make it seem like Rhaenyra would be an actual threat to these kids.
An outsider among the natives.
Lord Laris.
No, oh my god.
I feel something of an injustice.
Okay, I already see where this is
You're
gonna
perhaps
go.
in need
I already
of an ally.
see it.
It's just that on the very same night your father was dismissed, the Grand Maester delivered a tea to the princess.
So her daddy gets in her head, and now Laris is gonna get in her head.
Yes.
Jeez. Ooh, Corlys. We're in the Hall of Nine. Ooh, he's sitting on the Driftwood throne.
Your Grace.
He's like, you have
I wish to
disrespected me
propose
so
a
many
marriage
damn times.
between your son, Selena, and my daughter and heir, the Princess Rhaenyra.
We would like to know how the succession will be handled. There are certain details I would wish clarified.
Rhaenyra is my heir. Upon my death, my throne and my titles will pass to her. She and Selena's firstborn child, upon their birth, regardless of gender, will inherit the Iron Throne from her. Selena and Rhaenyra's children shall take their father's name, Bolaro, in keeping with our traditions. However, such time when their firstborn ascends the Iron Throne, he or she will do so bearing the name Targaryen.
Good.
In truth, if it had to be someone, I'm glad it is you. I know this union is not what you would choose. Dare I say it is a matter of taste. I prefer roast duck to goose.
It's not for a lack of trying.
Oh, they're addressing
There are those who like goose very well.
that he's gay.
That we perform our duty to our fathers and to the realm, and when it's done, each of us dines as we see fit.
She's like, okay, we produce an heir, and then you can keep going on sleeping with men. You do you, and I'll do me.
Did sleep for you as well this morning?
I've heard you say so many times how you loathe the lot of your position, that you are to be married off at your father's whim with no thought. If there were another path, one that led to freedom, would you tread it? Before I came here, I was a knight in the Stormlands.
Are you about to...
Dignities of your inheritance, let us leave it all behind and see the world together.
Sir. Oh, no. No, sir, no. Oh, God. Kristen. Beautiful, head empty. Is she crying? She's like, oh, I'm gonna have to break this beautiful man's heart.
I may chafe at my duties, but do you think I would choose infamy in exchange for a bushel of oranges or a sip of the shy?
Jesus! She could have been a little bit... She's like... I don't do poor. That's all I heard.
So Kristen, Rhaenyra and I have an understanding. I've granted him leave to pursue his own interests.
Rhaenyra and Rhaenyra can't hold water. Why are they telling their business to other people?
In my family, Aegon the Conqueror united 7 kingdoms and put them on a path.
Rhaenyra! Oh my God! Why are you telling him this, girl? Rhaenyra, why the hell are you telling people this? Okay, Kristen Cole was a bit... He was wilding for, like, let's run away together. But I see in terms of, like, him trying to restore his honor. But at the same time... He restores his honor, but Rhaenyra loses hers in a way. Like, she betrays her father. I don't know. It's a tricky situation. But I get why he wants to marry in order to, like, make it all make sense in a way. Like... It can't be for nothing. Jeez, this man just looks... Oh my God, did he collapse? She's like, whew, this man is knocking on death's door. Time to make moves.
Not the princess, sir. The queen.
Oh my God. Now I know... Oh my... This episode is painfully predictable. Because I know exactly where this is going to go now.
I fear I must question you on a delicate matter, Sir Kristen. Concerns our dear Princess Rhaenyra.
Jeez.
My father
is this the
received an
episode
accounting
of people can't keep their mouths shut?
A lapse of morals that may have occurred between...
Oh, God, he's gonna think
It
it's
is, of course,
him.
unthinkable for me to question the virtue of the princess. Breaches, or rather lapses.
It happened, Your Grace.
Can no one hold water? Oh my
Sin
God.
you allude to.
Thank you for your honesty, Sir Kristen.
The power of Rhaenyra's... That's all I can think right now. You go, girl. This is what we're gonna say is the reason. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I like that she's sitting in front of the throne. He took a step to the he sat at the side and she's right in front of it.
Lord Corlys
of
House Velaryon, Lord of the Tides, Master of Driftmark.
Ooh, the drip.
Princess Rhaenys Targaryen, and their son and heir.
Look at them. Okay then. They look gorgeous. Y'all best dressed. Oh. Oh my God, he just showed up. He's like, guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. It's like, yeah, I murdered my wife at the top of the episode, and now I've come to claim my true wife.
We honor Crown's oldest, fiercest ally, House Velaryon. With House Targaryen and
Oh God, what now? Oh, she's wearing the green dress now. Huh, the greens. I know this is supposed to be like the music and the directing. It's supposed to be a grand moment.
Right in the midst of his
I ain't feeling it.
on the high tower. Do you know what color it glows when Old Town calls its banners to war?
Green, yes. So we just walk through the throne room and declare war.
Congratulations, stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter, is she in her evil stepmother era now? I wish Rhaenyra had screwed Daemon too. Daemon and Kristen Cole in one night.
Please be.
Well, the two houses, Your Grace.
This girl
House Targaryen.
done broke up my speech over my daughter's.
And House Velaryon.
Who's gonna interrupt him
united.
next? Oh?
I hope to herald in A second age of
Have we
dragons
seen each other since the
in
brothel?
Westeros. 7 days of tournament and feasting.
That's the second time I've heard of a tournament. Joffrey, you and Danger Girl. Oh my god, these looks they keep giving each other. Oh, him giving her. I thought they were gonna pan to Rhaenyra again. She's like, this popping. And got my daddy fired. This man just keeps looking at her. Jeez. That had sex. Like, yeah. I'm not really applauding the who popped got my father fired for it. I'm leaving. I'm gonna keep narrating Allison from now on. Ooh, we in the club. Oh, time to go talk to my uncle. See, unlike that whore, I didn't try to F my uncle or my sworn protector.
The Vale. Men are made to answer for their crimes.
Who are you?
Sir Gerald Royce.
Am I supposed to care?
And I had no heirs. As her husband, whatever she was due, now passes to me. After my niece's wedding, I plan to fly to the Eyrie and petition Lady Jane myself. Perhaps I'll see you there, Sir Gerald.
Lady Jane, are we gonna see her? I wonder if we see Lady Jane this season. This music sounds like something out of The Witcher. Damn, sir. Just walking up on her.
Has anybody ever told you you're nearly as pretty as your brother?
I think that's a book reference.
Oh, sorry,
Look at him. The man is fully comfortable.
Jesus. They're messy gays who live for the drama. Look at them gossiping. Oh, Rhaenyra's giving her cousin the evil eye. That's my man, bitch. And yes, he may be my uncle. That just makes him even more mine.
They make a handsome match.
He is not about to... He really is a messy gay who lives for the drama. Oh my god, they're being obvious. Oh god. Oh god, they're watching! And she's dancing with Sir Harwin. This is so messy. Oh no, and Daemon. Oh god, the mess. This has to be the messiest wedding. And Viserys sees it. Oh god, this man's about to die. Good man, fine knight. He ain't for you. I'm for you. We're more blood related than you are to him. Their chemistry is insane. Why had I didn't clock this until just now. God damn, what is this? Rhaenyra's like, do it. Do it. Take me. Oh my god. When you says just as crazy as you. Oh my god, are they about to kiss in this damn wedding? Oh my god, this has to be the messiest wedding. Viserys is about to die. What is that?
What the hell's going on?
I'm asking the same question, but Laenor.
Where's Rhaenyra?
And Rhaenyra's trapped in all that, and I think she fell. Oh! Oh! Big Daddy Harwood said, move! I'm the strongest knight of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm Sir Harwood Breakbones. Oh god, and Viserys. This is such a messy wedding! Oh! Oh, look at him! Oh my god! Sir Creston, damn! How dare a gay threaten me! Jesus, what is this? Oh my god! I just want to make a disclaimer. I am not homophobic. I'm making a joke when I say it.
We stand here tonight in thanks and praise.
Oh, they're doing the wedding now. Did he get removed from the Kingsguard for punching Laenor out? Or something like, what the hell? I mean, I guess beating Joffrey Lonmouth to death. I thought he would have died at a tourney. They kept mentioning tourney, so I thought he was gonna die at a tourney.
And wife. One flesh.
Is this man about to
one heart.
Say goodbye to the world?
One.
Sir Criston.
So this is how these two link up? Oh god, and then Jesus, this was just bad. It was so messy. That now you got Viserys collapsing on the ground, a rat eating the blood. Rat eating the blood? A rat eating blood or drinking blood. Or maybe it was like spilled food. I'm gonna say it was spilled food. That it feels too early to be making a reference there. Okay, everyone. So that was an interesting episode because I feel like this had the potential. Well, it still does have the potential to be my favorite episode, but like that first half felt predictable. And maybe it's only predictable because I know certain relationships have to break down in order for them to make the choices that they make later on. I think maybe that's what that's what I'm not opposed when adaptations happen and they make changes, because how can I put it? I'm not opposed to when you take source material and you change it, as long as it makes sense within the world in which you've crafted. Like the personalities that you've given your characters, if their choices make sense within that space, I'm fine with that. Like as long as it makes sense, I'm good with it. When you do adaptations and you change things from source material, I'm not automatically just opposed to it, as long as it makes sense. But I feel like because I knew, I know Alicent and Crystal Colby come close. I know Alicent is on opposing sides of Rhaenyra. Like it's like, how do you get there is sort of what I was waiting to see. And I'm either the writers are geniuses or I don't like the reasoning. I think either the writers are geniuses and they're essentially saying like, yeah, this is just straight up misogyny. There's no two ways around it, because you put these standards on any guy and it's like, well, this wouldn't be happening. These conversations wouldn't be happening. It really just boils down. Like you can throw every ingredient, every reasoning as to why Rhaenyra should not take the throne. But when the pot boils down to it, what's left in that pot is her womanhood. That's pretty much it. And I feel like either the writers are geniuses the way they wrote that out, or just head empty, because that conversation between Otto and Alicent left me a bit like, is this it? Is this really it, Rhaenyra? Because for Alicent, she knows her father got himself fired. Like there's no, like she even says it. Like you pushed for Aegon to be king. Like this entire, I'm queen because you wanted your blood on the throne. Plain and simple. Like this all happened because of one singular reason. You wanted something. You wanted power. Plain and like it doesn't get any deeper than that. Like this entire thing is unfolding because of your choices. And then you're going to blame your child for this. You're going to blame Rhaenyra. You're going to blame Viserys. You're going to blame everybody else when you created the situation. It's just, it's hilarious to me when Otto, like, you chose Rhaenyra over me. I'm like, you chose power over me when you sent me to that king's room, is what I would have said. Like, of course, no one's saying that. Like, Alicent's not saying that. Like, no, but like you chose power when you offered your daughter up, your very young daughter up to the king. You knew exactly what you were doing. You put her in danger with your schemes and your plots and all of that. I'm like, you're there saying you chose Rhaenyra. I'm like, you chose power over me. Move. And what else did he say? Oh, you're going to have to, like, when Rhaenyra comes to power, like when she becomes queen, everybody's going to like know Aegon is the true king or whatever, and the lords of the realm aren't going to accept her, so she's going to have to kill Aegon, and like you're going to have to like beg for Rhaenyra's mercy. And the way he grabs her face and just gets into her and just, it's like fear-mongering her. And it's interesting because the show pretty much dedicated an entire episode to that reasoning, debunking that reason. Like the stag, the white hart, the hunting episode. Like we spent an entire episode hunting for some damn white hart to prove that this reason, like they dedicated an entire episode to saying, no, this isn't true. Because Rhaenyra, in an episode where we see Rhaenyra, this is the first time where she's like feels threatened. Like Aegon's born, everyone's crowning him king, they're calling him your grace, second of his name, all of the high lords are there to celebrate him, and then this white hart comes along, this regal portent of royalty. This is how, like, you know, we crown the next king. It's a sign that everyone respects, and Rhaenyra decides to spare it. in an episode where she's clearly feels like she's losing air. She kills the boar in self-defense, spares the white hart that would have bolstered her claim to the throne. I think the show is pretty much telling you that, no, this isn't like... And so to give that as a reason for Alicent, it just feels like she's, like, her motivations are baseless in a way. Like, the show spent an episode showing, no, that's not true. Like, we did it in analogies and metaphors, and we used animals to kind of say, she kills the boar in self-defense. She was attacked first, but the white hart that would have bolstered her legitimacy. Like, can you imagine if she walked back into camp with a white hart behind her rather than that boar? Huh. What, in front of all those lords? Everybody who's everybody is there, and she comes back with that white hart. That would shut some mouths up. But she didn't. She spared that animal. So if she's not willing to kill this stag, this white hart, who's to say she'd be willing to kill her brother? And so the show pretty much already tackled that reason. And Alicent already says, you fired. Sir, like, don't put that on me. And I guess the one reason that leaves Alicent with is Rhaenyra lying about her maidenhead. And I'm like, so this is a morality quest for Alicent. It's a question of morals. And that feels flimsy because, you know, both sides, just their morals are all shot to hell. So this is a moral quest. It's going to be a very hypocritical one. Like, knowing what happens, everybody's morals are shot to ever-loving hell. So it's like, so like I said, either these writers are geniuses and they're just like saying, no, this is just straight up misogyny. Like, they're not letting her take the throne because she's a woman, point blank. And every reason you can throw at that, you can put that reason on any other person who has ruled, who would continue to rule, and they did not have to go to war for that damn throne. So it's just, it's like either the show is trying to prove a point, or they didn't think that through, or they dumbed Alicent down. And Larys, he seems so damn slimy. Excellent casting, excellent choice. He just seems so, like, I don't know if you all ever watched Hey Arnold, but there's that guy, like the teacher's pet in Hey Arnold, who always has like his notebook. That's who he reminds me of. I have to put that picture up of him. But yeah, just Alicent's reasonings, just this is the one moment where I felt like I wish the dynamics between Rhaenyra and Alicent, like, this is the first time I'm ever feeling that was similar to the books. I feel like they're going to transition more into their dynamic with that stepdaughter comment at the wedding feast. I feel like they're going to transition more into that. But I feel like if this was going to be Alicent's reasoning, I would have kind of preferred they would have kept, like, because Alicent's maybe 10 years younger than Viserys. And I think she's about like the same gap between Alicent and Rhaenyra, and Alicent to Viserys is pretty similar. But if this was going to be the reason, I would have preferred they kept it. Like, make Alicent a true believer in like a male's right to rule and the religious and the tradition. Like, I would have rathered her be extremely conservative who just doesn't play any games with that kind of way of thinking. But instead, the show kind of toggled this line where she knows what her father wants, but like, she had an opportunity to go and sway Viserys, but she doesn't. She, in fact, does the opposite of what her father wants her to do. So she clearly doesn't always obey her father. The show showed that, but I don't know. I think going forward, I'm just going to like narrate Alicent's true feelings, because I really think this all just boils down to like Criston Cole's guilt, like her feeling bad for Criston Cole and Rhaenyra lying to her. I feel like it's all emotional rather than piety or governing tradition or morality. It's more so a feeling of betrayal and feeling sorry for Criston. I think that's what it boils down to. I feel like that's why Alicent, I don't feel like she believes in a man's right to rule or this pious, like the faith of the seven and all that. I don't feel like that's how she's been written in this show so far. I feel like it's all personal for Alicent. It's, you lied to me. My father got fired, even though deep down I know my father got myself fired. I all but said it, but I'm going to ignore that going forward. And you did this to Kristen Cole. So I feel like it's all personal. And that's what I feel like it boils down to. Because like, if Rhaenyra's pussy is the reason we got Alicent plotting treason and all of the hellish consequences of everything that's about to happen going forward, if that's the reason, that's a bad reason. If that's, I'm sorry. I need the happenings of Rhaenyra's vagina to be so much more than why this all happens. Okay, Daemon and Rhaenyra. Oh my god. I don't know what it was in this particular episode that was different from the first ones, but because like clearly they've been paralleling them, and you know, like particularly Viserys has been like, and the directing and the blood and the choices, and they're chaotic and restless, and they've been like paralleling them. But did I feel the chemistry between them thus far? Yes and no, but this episode, it was like on another level. I don't know. I mean, I thought they were gonna kiss right there in the middle of that dance. Like, it was insane. Rhaenyra's like, kidnap me, take me to Dragonstone, kill my father's Kingsguard, we out. And Daemon's like, she's just as crazy as me. I think I'm in love. Like, oh my god, it's insane. And Viserys is just watching like, I knew I was right to send that Moon Tea, that little dragon Jezebel. Like, oh my god. Daemon and Rhaenyra they were on some ish this episode. That was something else. And I guess that's why Viserys, because the wedding was supposed to happen. I think, did Rhaenyra get married in King's Landing? I'm trying to think. Does she get married in King's Landing? I think she got married in Driftmark, but I'm trying to think if any of it happened in King's Landing. You know, they kept talking about tourneys, so I thought they were going to like speed Joffrey's death up. They really sped his death up. Like, they said, we're going to kill him before the marriage. But like, back to what I was saying. I feel like Viserys married Rhaenyra and Laenor right there, rather than I think he said 7 days of feasting and tourneys and balls and dances or whatever, and then they were gonna get married. But he saw that, like, he looked out in that crowd and he could feel whatever they were feeling, he could feel, and he's like, oh no, I don't trust either one of them. Like, and I feel like they probably would have like ran off, and Viserys knows his brother and his daughter would have ran off. Just saying brother and daughter sounds so weird, but he knew they would have run off, and he's like, absolutely not. You're getting married right here, right now, while Laenor is bleeding out. And speaking of Laenor bleeding out, I am interested as to how Kristen Cole just walked out. Like, Joffrey's death kind of makes sense it does make sense because it happens in Eternity, so it's like, yeah, fair game. But this, I mean, this was just chaos. Like, a Kingsguard causing all of this chaos. Rhaenyra is trapped in that. Like, she falls. Where'd Daemon go? I thought maybe Daemon got caught up in the chaos, but Rhaenyra's like on her knees and just underneath the table, I think, and Harwin has to go in there. Like, why didn't the Kingsguard go get her? Anyways, it's just a mess. Like, and then he punches Laenor after Laenor's trying to break up a fight between a Kingsguard and Joffrey's not a High Lord, but like, whatever, a Lord and a Kingsguard. No one knows why this fight started, and I knew this kid was a messy gay who lived for the drama. When he started looking in the crowd, who could have taken Rhaenyra's maiden head? Who did it? Like, oh, you see? This is what happens when you don't mind your business. And this was an episode where no one could hold their water. Like, shut up. You got Rhaenyra about, like, this has been a secret passed down from Amy. Like, listen, shut up, Rhaenyra. I don't know why she was so willing to tell Kristen Cole, hush up. Like, this has been a secret we have kept in our family for so long. And 2 seconds of feeling bad for Kristen. Like, she's like, oh God, I broke his little heart. Oh no. Okay, let me tell him our family's greatest secret about the ending of the freaking world. Like, dear, that was not the way to go. And then Kristen Cole spilling the beans before Allison even finished her sentence. Nobody can hold water, apparently. Maybe, like I said, maybe Kristen Cole and Rhaenyra were made